just like cells. You don't see telephone lines strung all over developing countries. It's all cell. We need to be willing to rethink our entire problem-solving model. The problem is immense, but so is the reward. The next generation of billionaires are those who find the pieces of the puzzle. There is a theory about the Industrial Revolution. And the theory is that, yes, they were seeds of mechanical, labor-saving devices. But what is it that forced the Industrial Revolution to take root and explode? It was the abolition of slavery. When people were no longer capable of doing the work, people had to find another way to solve the problem. And the roots of the Industrial Revolution had already started. People had figured out metallurgy and some basic machines. And remember, all of the slave owners, up and down said, if you make slaves illegal, oh my God, the world will come to an end. It did not. If you ban lead paint, the world will come to an end. In 1870, the whaling industry in America, whale oil represented the source of energy. They had overwhaled. They were having trouble. They were in decline. And they came to Congress and they said, if you don't give us money, America will come to an end. It did not. In 1927, General Motors went to Congress and said, if you make us put safety glass into the windshields of our car, you will put us out of business. Actually, General Motors put itself out of business, but it was 80 years later. And you know why they put themselves out of business? Because as little as I think is now 4 or 5 years ago at the outset, the most, 5 years ago, the then president of General Motors, in public statement after public statement, said, there is no future in electric automobiles. Battery automobiles will never work. Gone. When Nokia went into the cell phone business, their advisors said, don't do it, bad idea. Why? Because cell phones are only a niche market. You'll never have more than 2% market penetration worldwide. The maximum number of units you'll ever sell is 50 million. So, you'll get all the slides, and there are a whole bunch of them. You can read all that stuff. The bottom line is, what's the good news here from America's standpoint? We get it. We are spending numbers like nobody's business on the kind of science and amplification that allows cell phones to go from $10,000 to $20, that it causes the founding of the internet. Trust me, when you look back, there's going to be bells will ring off and people say, remember when those guys found a dozen balloons in 8 hours? Because they rethought how to do the problem. So you'll hear more about this afternoon, but I'm an optimist, not because the problems are not immense, and not because we have time to waste, but because we are, as a species, really inventive. And when challenges confront us, we are at our best. And once again, I will say to the Finns who are now my host while I am here, you are an integral piece of this solution. You have critical skill sets. You have critical knowledge. And all you need to do now is to get the sense of urgency that you had 70 years ago this winter, when there were no alternatives. Okay? It is time to awaken from the slumbers of your success. The future is pounding on your door, and the world needs your participation because you hold critical pieces to solve these challenges. So, we invite you as our friend and ally to work with us, to come along with us, and let us come with you while we meet the challenge of the future by thinking anew. Thank you very much.